Hello, and welcome to the third part of Steel Structure Optimization with STAAD. My name is Surajit Ghosh, and in this video, I'll talk about the outcomes of iterative steel design using select command, how to control section selection using few additional design parameters, and how to use sections from different database or custom sections for optimization. In part 1 and 2, I have discussed why we should use select command rather than non-iterative checkcode command for steel design and the correct design command sequence. This sequence includes multiple ratio parameter, select and reanalysis command, and finally a checkcode command. I have also used group command for similar section selection. Unity ratio table in the post-processing mode is the best place to check the result of section selection. For each member, both assigned section and optimum section is reported along with the critical design ratio for final section. You may have noticed that program always select same type of section as optimum section. Means when you assign an I section from Indian S shape, program reports the optimum section from this table only, like ISMB, ISHB, or ISWB sections. Similarly, if you assign a channel or tube section from EISC database, then program search and report the most economic channel or tube section respectively from the EISC database. This is because the internal logic for optimum section selection is written in such a way that program only selects the optimum section from that database only. Initial shape and the database from where the section is assigned is used for optimization. If you assign an I section, program search for the optimum section in that I section library only. And if the highest section is not adequate, then also it does not search in other heavier database available instead. If your assigned tube section fails after selecting the heaviest section, program does not select a channel or I section which may pass in same condition. So, optimization using select command is limited to original database only. Well, there is a way to use sections from other database for optimization by importing sections from other database to the original one. In third part of customization of section database, I have discussed how to add or edit sections in a database. You can check the video to know more about the database customization process. And I have followed the same approach to modify my original Indian section database. In the custom database, I have included NPB sections in the S-shape library. If in your project you have multiple section choice like ISMB, ISWB, NPB, or sections from Tata and Jindal database, you can simply create a copy of your original database file, add these sections in the S-shape or other library, and import that custom database instead. The whole process is discussed in the part 3 of customization of database. Next, you can assign any section from this section library, like I have assigned ISMB 250 section, and after optimization, program suggests the most economic section considering the new sections present in the database. See, the optimum section is suggested as NPB section along with ISWB or ISHB section. For the same model with original database, only ISMB or ISHB sections were recommended as optimum section. But now, your section selection is not limited to a single library, and using this type of custom database file, you can find out the most economic section considering sections from different database also. Not only that, we can add any custom user-defined section directly in the relevant database with similar type of name. Like I have included ISMB 800 section here, and this section is also used for optimization. How to calculate the property values and add user-defined section in database, that also I have discussed in the customization of database series. So we can use multiple section database for optimization. It is also very common that for some cases we don't want to use a specific shape. Like I don't want to use ISLB or ISHB sections. Do you know how to remove some sections from selection routine? This can be done using profile parameter. Using this design parameter, you can instruct the program to select few specific shapes only for optimization and neglect rest of the shapes present in the section library. Inputs of profile parameter varies from code to code. For IS800 code, you can find shapes like ISMB, ISMC, or IW shapes, whereas for AISC code, W, M, or S shapes are available. You can assign few specific profiles to a member, like I am selecting ISMB and ISWB profiles only, and assign this to the column members. This parameter should be specified before the select command. After design, you can notice program suggest only ISMB or ISWB sections. Rest of the shapes from the library are ignored. This is how we can add or remove any sections for optimization. And I believe this is very important if you want to find out the most economic section considering different database and site-specific conditions. Finally, I want to discuss how to use user-defined sections or UPT sections for optimization. It is very common to use non-standard sections in a still structure, and instead we can define it from user table or using section widget. Also, we can add these sections in standard library. In older version of STAAD, section selection was not possible based on user-defined sections. But in Connect Edition, this option has been implemented, and now program can suggest the most economic section from a bunch of user-defined sections. In this model, I have created a wide flange user table and specified 5 sections with different dimension and property values. These are non-standard sections, and I want to find which section is most economic for few members. I can assign any of these sections to these members and then perform member selection. During selection, program performs iterative design considering each of the sections present in this user table and selects the most economic section available in this user table. As you can notice, different sections from this user table are suggested for different members, though I have assigned same section to all these members. So, what you need to do for non-standard section optimization: create a user table with multiple sections, and program will pick the economic section from that table. If there are multiple tables, then each table will be used separately for selection. Very easy, right? But this selection cannot be combined with standard database sections unless you add your custom section directly in the database. Also, if you define a section using user table iSection option, that section cannot be used for optimization. User table iSections can only be used for non-iterative design or design using checkcode command. Now, this is not the end. There are few other tricks and design comments which fine-tunes the optimization result. In the next part, I will discuss about these tricks and additional comment to achieve better optimization results. Stay tuned and thanks for watching.